Hello, everybody, and this is the Backlog for April 8th, 2015. How's everybody doing today? It's Gabby, and I've got Eli with me, because I'm tired of doing this by myself. And, yeah. So we tried recording this Monday, and apparently 28 minutes in, Audition decided to tell me to go fuck myself, and stopped recording. And then we didn't know for an hour and a half.
No, the problem was it didn't tell you to go fuck yourself.
Well, no, it did. It just didn't say it. But stopping recording 28 minutes in, but acting like it was still recording, is telling me to go fuck myself. And then immediately crashing as soon as I hit stop on the recording. That was awesome. So we lost an hour and a half long podcast talking about YouTube and Nintendo, and yeah, kind of made me sad. But we also talked about Square Enix. That day had started, or was it that day? Yeah, I think it was, because it was a 3-day thing. Mm-hmm. Monday, they had started up the Can't Kill Progress announcement, which was a 3-day event of, from what I saw, a man alone in a cell on Twitch. When I saw laying on the ground sleeping, and then apparently 8 hours later, stood up and started swearing for a few hours, and then went back to laying on the ground, and then was pacing around, and then went back to laying on the ground, and I just stopped giving a shit. Because from when they first put it up, it was obvious it was probably Deus Ex related, because they don't own any other properties that have that would have encrypted files and stuff in them. And then day 2, somebody on NeoGAF leaked what the new game was, and it was a new Deus Ex. Mankind Divided, and then the trailer came out today. So what did you think of the trailer?
I thought it looked really nice. I've never played any of the games, but I thought it looked really fancy and shiny and interesting.
As someone who's played way too much of Human Revolution, and I beat Deus Ex, we don't talk about Invisible War. But I beat Deus Ex once back in the day, and I've played between the director's cut and the original and the pirated version I had, probably 150 hours of Deus Ex. I've tested out many a build. Never go full invisibility. Never works out. I'm looking forward to it. It looks from the trailer like there's going to be more built-in weaponry in Jensen, which is nice. Like his knuckles turned into a stun gun at one point that fired out. That was cool. He seemed to have some weird teleportation thing. He had a gun in his arm. His blades could fire now. They made it look like the melee combat was going to be a lot better. Because before it was just stealth takedowns, and now it looks like it's going to be... I don't know. There's no gameplay. It's all pre-rendered shit, so it could just be Human Revolution. But I'm hoping they redo the melee gameplay. Because I would very much like some really badass moves and shit, because Jensen's all sweet in it. And it looks like they added in like a dermal armor thing where you can cover yourself in reflective armor, which is cool. Doesn't look like the Typhoon is there anymore, because that was the most OP weapon ever, but whatever. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully I'll have a computer that can run it. I actually do not know if it's even coming out for PC. Is it going to be PC? It does not say. It looks like... doesn't look like they have announced whether it's going to or not. Actually, they have an official site. One moment. I am looking at the Rock Paper Shotgun article right now. Sorry. But yeah, Oh, okay.
I don't like that.
Do not go to their website if you have an issue with things morphing and flipping the fuck out. That's really not okay. Okay, yes, PC. Xbox One, PS4, and PC. I am not going to pre-order something that I have not seen gameplay of. Square, stop that. Really? Pre-orders already? You just announced it yesterday. Or earlier today, actually, I think. No, you can only pre-order it on the Square Enix store, so you can't even pre-order it on Steam. Anyway, I am glad they're doing something with the Deus Ex franchise again, because it's been 5 years since they put out... Well, no. They did put out that really, really shitty mobile game that they ported to PC last year. And it was atrocious, and I hate them for it. But that doesn't count. It's like Invisible War, we don't speak of it. Is Invisible War the one I'm thinking of that really sucked? I think it is. There was an early one that was just no. Please never make anything like that again. But anyway, hopefully the next Deus Ex comes out soon. I think Eli will actually play this one.
Probably.
If you have a computer that can run it.
Yeah.
You can just come over to my place and play it. Because I will make sure I have a fucking computer that can run it. Oh god, what else? I clicked away from my freaking tabs, and now I don't know. And I'm super unprofessional right now because I'm kind of frustrated with the fact that we couldn't do this, and we lost all that stuff.
That was so much.
We talked so long about YouTube and how fucked up it is. Five Nights at Freddy's is getting a movie. Warner Brothers bought the rights from Scott Cawthon. People are so mad about this. Like,
I'd probably watch it if it was streaming.
I'll see it.
Something.
I'm not going to go to the theater because I don't go to the theater for anything, but I'll watch it. I don't give a fuck. Hell, I might even rent it on Google Play. Like, I might slap down $3.99 to rent it. Like, but I don't. Who gives a fuck?
Even if they end up being really shit, it's always interesting to watch movies that are taken from a really different medium.
Yeah,
just to see what they do with it.
Well, there have really never been any great video game movies. Tomb Raider's the closest we get. I mean, fucking Resident Evil is awful. Those movies are as bad as the games are now. And the Max Payne movie was... Why they ever thought that was going to be a good thing, I will never know. They added in demons and shit. Well, not actually demons. He's tripping on a hallucinogenic. But still, I don't understand why the fuck that was a good idea. But yeah, I guess the Tomb Raider movies were really the only halfway decent video game movies that we got. The Doom movie was a goddamn joke. But, I mean... It should be interesting because it's not like there's really it's not like they're gonna be able to, like, fuck up FNAF too badly. I don't know.
I just really want to see what they even do. Like, how are they going to turn that into a movie?
Yeah, well, and then... I don't know, like... And who cares? Stupid movies get made all the time. We have, 4 Transformers movies?
Well, and it doesn't take anything away from the games.
Yeah.
Like, just because someone's making a stupid movie about a game you really like doesn't mean that the game no longer exists. You can still enjoy it as much as you want.
Oh, wow. Warner Brothers is also making the Minecraft movie. So, Warner Brothers is just jumping all in on video game movies. How the fuck can you do a Minecraft movie, though? That's one I need to see, because I don't understand how they're going to do that. They're choosing really
strange games to make movies from.
I can understand. You can make a really good horror film out of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's actually, you could make a pretty good one. Especially if you did, like, a found footage thing. That would actually be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. But... the fact that they're making a Minecraft movie is way more weird and out there for me, because
It's just
Minecraft
is
purely about like user generated content. Are they gonna have like people send in movie clips to make it or something? Like, I don't know. That seems the weirder one to me. Although I do want to know what the hell Telltale's Minecraft game is going to be. Because so far Telltale has not made a bad game in the last few years, like since The Walking Dead and stuff. Like, they've made really great games from other franchises, and I don't know how they're going to do something with Minecraft. Because there's no story in Minecraft. There's nothing there.
It's just the world.
You put blocks together, you make armor, and then you go kill an ender dragon. Like, that is it. There's no story to it. So, how the fuck are they gonna do this? But, yeah, I'm honestly, I don't get why people are so mad. I mean, they sunk $350 million into a Transformers movie that was just shitty, and the second one was weirdly really racist. And just, like, those movies are really shitty, and they get funding that could actually fund, like, trips to Mars.
I know, I've seen them both, and I can't remember
both.
anything.
There's 4 of them.
Oh, God, is there 4 of them?
Yes.
Well, I've seen the first 2, and I can't remember anything about them.
The first one was halfway okay. And then the second one was weirdly racist. The third one, I don't think I ever saw, and then the fourth one was with Marky Mark.
I didn't even know there was a 4th one.
Yeah, it came out last year, I think, or the year before. It had, all I know is there's a part where Mark Wahlberg says to his daughter, "Honey, get my alien gun." And I have not seen it, and I don't want to see it because it will ruin my one image of Mark Wahlberg standing with an alien gun. I don't know what that is, but I need to just keep that mental image.
A little, like, frontier cabin.
Yeah.
With, like, the aliens approaching.
Oh, God, it's so dumb. But, oh, God. I know one of the Dinobots is in it, too.
I might watch it for a Dinobot.
No, don't hurt yourself doing that. Yeah, so speaking of other things that I wasn't expecting to get, not movies, but a game, Ghost in the Shell Online is coming out. So, there's gonna be a Ghost in the Shell movie? Or, not movie, there's like 4 of those. Ghost in the Shell MMO? Which, oh god, it's from Nexon. Never mind. Fuck it. Pfft. It's gonna suck. Nexon's involved. Never mind. It's gonna be awful. So, well, it was nice to think about there being a Ghost in the Shell MMO. I will never touch it. Never mind. Moving on. Sorry. Nexon is an awful, like, atrociously bad free-to-play MMO developer. And, well, they have really shitty practices, and, like, you pretty much have to pay for, like, shit to advance in the game. And it's just, they're really shitty. Also, their customer service is some of the worst in the industry and stuff like that. So, as soon as I went to their official site, saw Nexon on there, and I had to X out, because I'm done. I will never install that game. But the last thing, and this is from a few days ago, there's an article on Polygon of Angry Joe talking about how he is not going to be doing any more Nintendo videos. And and this is hardly an isolated case. There's a few big names who aren't doing Nintendo anymore because of their creator program, but also just for YouTube in general, which we went on for like 45 minutes about YouTube. I'm gonna attempt to keep it strictly to this particular side of YouTube. I'll save the rest of the discussion for another podcast. But Nintendo, a while back, I'm sure most everybody knows by now, they started a thing where they will take 40% of your revenue on Nintendo games if you sign up with them. if you don't sign up for their creator program, they will take all of the revenue from your videos of Nintendo games. Well, they gave Angry Joe an early review copy because he is a YouTube game reviewer. He put a Angry Joe Plays Mario Party 10 up like a week or two ago, and because he played it to review. Now, these kinds of things fall under fair use, so there's already an issue doing that. I can understand-ish. I can kind of understand for Let's Players, but he's a reviewer. He's not doing just a straight playthrough of the game. Also, the weird nature of Mario Party means that there's not really a story to play, and every playthrough is differently because it's just a bunch of party games. I don't know. But he was given a notice on his YouTube channel saying that Nintendo is taking all of the revenue for that video. They provided him with an early copy of the game, knowing he does YouTube videos. Who in Nintendo's legal department was hit over the head with a shovel before coming into work that day? Or did somebody just have a stroke?
I just don't were they not communicating? Was the person who decided to give him a review copy not communicating with the legal department? Like, where was the breakdown? You can't just... if you look at what he does...
Well, obviously they know who he is.
Yeah, like, you're not going to give him something to review knowing he does YouTube reviews and then say, oh, by the way, you can't put that on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, and he went on, he got the notice, he just took the video down because fuck giving them free money, and then when he went on to say he spent more than $900 on Nintendo hardware recently to make videos with, so I mean like a 3DS, probably a modded 3DS, which is like $500, then a Wii U and controllers and stuff like that for a Wii U, stuff like that. I mean, that's a good chunk of money, almost $1,000 to record Nintendo videos. So he's already giving them plenty of money there, and then on top of that, like, he's giving them free coverage and advertising, essentially.
Like, did they think that giving him a copy was, like, adequate compensation? Like, we gave you a free game. You can't make money off of ads.
I already don't like the Mario Party game, so I don't care. Like, I'm not going to play it anyway. But this kind of thing, it's like, Let's Players in general are the reason that I buy most of the games that I buy. Like, unless it's in a Humble Bundle, if I just flat out buy a single game, it's because I saw somebody play it. Like, I bought Tales from the Borderlands, which is now one of my favorite games, because I watched Cry play it. Like, some companies embrace this shit. Most companies do. Hell, even Ubisoft has come around to it, who used to give takedown notices for everything. And now even they've come around to it. But fucking Nintendo just has issues.
Well, they need the money.
Oh god, yeah, they need the money. They're fucking broke right now.
So, I mean, they're just scrambling to bring in money from wherever they can, but well, I mean, now they're also alienating people, so
yeah. Well, and I don't want Mario Party 10 anyway. Well, and I just read an article about the 3DS sales having fallen quite a bit, and then the new 3DS sales kind of buoying them back up a little bit. But I mean, the 3DS isn't selling anymore, and that's the one thing they had that was selling well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't make enough amiibos to make anything off those fucking things, because everybody's trying to buy them and nobody can find them anywhere.
Maybe if they actually started selling the things that they claim they sell, they would make money off of them.
Amazingly, but no, Nintendo has always been about artificial scarcity. It's like when the Wii came out. For the first 2 years, you couldn't find a fucking Wii anywhere because they didn't produce them. But, you know, we had 18 billion people looking for a fucking Wii. Nobody could find one, and Nintendo was like, we don't know.
We couldn't get one. Me and my family
would like to play.
My dad got us a Wii for Christmas, and we couldn't get extra Wiimotes.
Yeah.
Because they were sold out.
Yeah,
My brother got them from Brazil.
Yeah.
He went to Brazil and brought us all back Wiimotes. Because you could buy them there.
Well, yeah, but it's like, what was it? Someone I know had to import something for his 3DS. Oh! It was one of the the second sticks for the 3DS. So you can have two analog sticks for it.
Mm-hmm.
He had to get one imported because he could not find one in Canada. And he couldn't find them anywhere on like Amazon or something.
Nintendo, you can't make money off of products that you refuse to sell people.
Yeah, amiibos are I don't care. Because they would be cool to have if they had some type of function, like 1 rupee sometimes in Hyrule Warriors. Are you kidding me?
And just how complicated it is to use them, and you.
Well, it's not really complicated. It's just they put all these arbitrary rules on them.
Yeah, it should be really easy.
Because the basis for an amiibo is pick the thing up, tap it against your damn controller, and then it's done. But then it's like, oh, in Hyrule Warriors, you can only use 3 amiibos per day, and then it's like one of them, or they might give you a single rupee, or they could give you a cool weapon, or something. But you don't know, and you can only use 3 per day, even if you own every amiibo ever produced. Only 3 per day, because, hey, arbitrary rule. Oh, and now, apparently, you have to clear your amiibo data from Super Smash Bros. To use amiibos on Mario Party 10 for some reason, because that makes sense, Nintendo, thank you. I don't know. Nintendo, I love you so much, but you do such stupid things that I get so frustrated because I know you're better than this.
Well, it's disappointing to me because I love the idea of amiibos, because I like stupid little things that I can collect.
Yeah.
But they're so useless.
Yeah, there's really no point in getting them.
It's like, if I want to collect figurines, I'm just gonna collect figurines.
You could collect really cool, probably illegally made, like, Zelda figurines online.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because these amiibos are useless to me. I'm not gonna...
Yeah, we don't have a new 3DS, which, oh hey, they're coming out with games that require the new 3DS now. Already, I mean, fucking... Whatever happened to the Nintendo that you could... Like, I understand between consoles, it's hard to do backwards compatibility and shit. Like, the NES to the SNES was a big leap. So, 8 to 16-bit. Can't really go back and forth. Also, the cartridges aren't at all the same. So I can understand that. And then you go up to the N64. Again, different architecture. I can understand. I can understand with these things. But then GameCube to Wii U, the games, like, well, I don't think GameCube games work on a Wii U, but you know what I mean. They work interchangeably. Yeah. It was backwards compatibility from then on, which is cool. And they did the same freaking thing with the Game Boy. The original Game Boy games all could work in, like, every newer Game Boy for a long-ass time. And then they stopped doing that after the Advance. Like, I think the SP was the last one that could fit original Game Boy games. But that's, like... 15 years or some shit worth of games that you can play through the SP. It's like, okay, cool.
And now the new 3DS.
Well, they had, and then the advanced games could play on 2 versions of the DS. And then they moved away from that. Again, I understand. That was a long time, and no one was playing advanced games by then. The DSi was the first one that you couldn't, and fuck it. But then, we get the 3DS. Then we get the 3DS XL. And then we get the 2DS. Then we get the new 3DS. And then we get the new 3DS XL. And now you can't even play some of the newer games on the 3DS is the 3DS, but you put a slightly better processor in and a new eye tracking method, and then suddenly, nope, you can't play your Xenoblade X fucking 3DS version on your old 3DS. No. You have to get a new 3DS. I mean, Van just got a 3DS for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just got one 4 months ago. Not even 4 months ago. And to be able to play any of the new games that are coming out, we have to get a new 3DS.
It's like such a blatant money grab that it's like cartoon villainy almost.
It's Apple is what it is. It's fucking just like Apple.
Which is cartoon villainy.
Yeah. I mean, like, Apple blatantly designs things to fail within a certain amount of time and shit. But come on, Nintendo, you're better than this. You have been better than this in the past. Continue being better than this. I mean, some of the new games that are coming out still work for the DS, or the 3DS. I think on Monday when we talked about this, Van found that the new Fire Emblem will work with the old 3DS.
Did we figure that out?
I don't
remember.
It didn't say anything about it being only new 3DS. Although they might just have you assume that now because, hey, all the new games are gonna. But there's no... it's really dumb that they're doing that. Especially so close because, I mean, the 3DS is not that old. The 3DS is not that old that it should already have a new version of it out that is not, like, compatible both ways with games. And I don't know. It really bothers me that they did that. Because that's super shitty. Like, it's super, super, super shitty.
And it's just really transparent why they did it, which just makes it worse.
Well, and it's the same thing with the YouTube Creators Program. I mean, it's like, it's transparent. They just want money. Because they spent, like, 5 years losing millions of dollars a quarter. And they're fucking running out of cash. And that's why they're suddenly licensing things out. And they're putting out new hardware. Like, they're already coming out with another new hardware system soon. The NX, whatever the fuck that is. Which we still didn't hear about at Nintendo Direct, which is weird. I would have thought they would have talked about the NX, whatever. Nintendo Experiment, whatever the fuck it's going to be. But, I don't know. They really need to figure out what they're doing, because, like we talked about in that Nintendo episode a couple weeks back, nostalgia is not enough for me anymore.
I don't have the money to
God,
spend on, like, yeah, it might be nostalgic to play whatever, but I don't have the money to buy a new 3DS.
Well,
and whatever they come out with, next year that I need to fucking buy to play the games. Like, I love them, but I'm not gonna just dump money.
Yeah, like, a new 3DS is, like, almost $300, right? It's something like that. It's like $250 or $300. I can get a really fucking nice graphics card for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could get an R9 290X for, oh no, I think I can just get the R9 290. That's still not a bad graphics card. It's ridiculous that they're like, oh hey, it's been like 2 or 3 years, let's go, what the fuck just popped? I don't want to know. It's been a couple years. Let's put out another version of the 3DS, and people can drop on. And why didn't they put it out before the holidays? They should have. There was no reason that they kept the new 3DS pre-holidays, because then people wouldn't have fucking. But then they wouldn't have bought the old 3DSs, and then you wouldn't be able to go. You could trade in your old 3DS for $100 credit. even if it's brand fucking new. I just... It's so shitty. It's just so shitty. And...
It's just rude.
Yeah.
It's...
Well,
it's like... And that's why it's so irritating. Is because it's like... It's Nintendo, so I have all this nostalgia and this love for, you know, all, you know, for Zelda or whatever, and then they keep doing these things that make me angry, and it's like, it feels like a betrayal, because it's Nintendo.
Yeah, it's...
Like, don't do this to me. Don't steal my money, Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, and it's the same thing with, like, the creator thing. Like, that creator program is... really, really shitty, and it's gonna bite them in the ass. Because it's either gonna it's either gonna be one of two things that happens. Eventually, it's either gonna go away, because either not enough people are using it, or it's still gonna be an issue. Or it's going to cause other developers to look at it and go, oh hey, we should do this too, and kill an entire section of the industry. Like, whether you think Let's Playing is okay or not, like, it's actually a thing that causes people to buy games. Whether you think it's okay that people are making money off of somebody else's games and stuff like that that's a whole other issue and a whole separate thing to talk about. But this is like... It's one of those things where Nintendo is either going to fail at this, or they're going to kill off an entire, like, subculture within gaming.
Well, and there's plenty of games that would not nearly have been as successful as they are now without that subculture.
Oh, fuck no. Oh god, what is it? Shit. There's actually a game that the developers have flat out said, fuck, what was it? Because there was a couple people who played it, who did Let's Plays of it. I would have to go through, Mark and Cry's playlists. But, there was a couple developers that flat out said, like, no, large name YouTube people playing our game has boosted the fucking sales ridiculously. Like, they've gone from, like, being in the single-digit thousands to... like the tens of thousands of sales. And because millions of people see people play this game and go, that looks fun, I'm gonna buy it.
Well, because it's really different. Like, watching a Let's Play is really different than, like, watching a movie. Because if you watch a Let's Play, you buy that game, and then you play it, you have a completely different experience.
Oh yeah, like...
So it's not like it's not like watching a movie where, you know, if you watch a movie on YouTube, oh, you saw the movie, okay, now you've seen the movie. That's the end. Like, you see it again, and you're going to have essentially the same experience. Like...
Well, this morning, I spent 20 or 30 minutes talking with my friend Becky about our separate choices throughout all of Tales from the Borderlands. Because she watched my Let's Play of it, and was like, oh, well, I made this choice. And I'm like, oh, well, how did that turn out? Oh, well, I made this choice, as you saw, and yeah. And then we were talking about the ending of part 2 and how we went the exact opposite ways of each other. Because there's two choices to make, or there's one choice to make between two options. And I chose one, Becky chose the other. So now we're going to compare our divergent stories. Because up to that point, there's only one big choice that would change the way the story plays out. But we made that same choice. So now our stories are going to completely diverge. And we're going to see how my choice affects the game compared to her choice. I mean, we could talk about that, but the fact that she saw what I did and then approached me about that conversation. I didn't even know she had played the second part. I didn't know she had played the first part. But she approached me because she saw that I had played it and went, oh, hey, I saw you made this choice. And then we talked about it. And then somebody else was like, oh, hey, is that game any good? We both said yes. They're like, I'm going to go get it. Things driven by, like, the Let's Play community causes people to buy games. I know so many. I bought Minecraft specifically because of Rooster Teeth's Minecraft videos. I was like, okay, finally I'll go fucking get in on this Minecraft bullshit. This looks fun. And, like, I've bought games because I've seen Cry play them, or I've seen Mark, or I've seen Brad, or somebody else. I'm like, oh, hey, that looks good. And I'll go play that. And I don't know. Like, Nintendo's just really disappointing me in a couple areas right now, and it makes me sad. Like, and that's why I get so upset about them, because I want them to do good things. Anyway, oh, speaking of Nintendo, I guess, they did announce at Nintendo Direct new Fire Emblem, which is, I guess, going to bridge two of the games together, which I do not know. I have not looked too much into it, but you have to choose sides in that one, so that should be interesting. I probably, if it's available on the 3DS and not the new 3DS, I'll play it. If I ever get around to getting a 3DS myself. They also announced that Mewtwo and Lucas will be DLC in Super Smash Bros. So we've pretty much got the original set back, except for Roy, which who gives a fuck about Roy. And what else did Van mention Monday? Oh, the Animal Crossing DLC for Mario Kart, was it?
Yeah.
That's coming out, I think, this month or next month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we pre-ordered that.
Yeah. Pre-ordering DLC is so weird.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Evolve. We didn't talk about Evolve
my God.
this time.
Oh.
Okay. So, Evolve had another DLC pack come out. Oh, my God. I already did not care about Evolve, really. Like, I got into the closed beta, and it didn't run for shit on my laptop, so I'm like, okay, I don't really care. There were weird graphical bugs. I know a lot of people have had really bad issues.
I thought it sounded really cool because I like monsters, but then I just... nobody's... it didn't...
Nah. Nah. I know a lot of people who have said it pretty much devolves into... devolves. You run around... If you're a hunter, you run around spending the entire match looking for the monster. By the time you find it, it's already level 3 and kills you. Or you immediately... Goddamn, I've got the hiccups. You immediately find the monster, and then the match is over because you kill it in 2 seconds. Like, there's no real, like, stuff. There's no real depth to the game. But they added in a new monster, the Behemoth, for $15. One monster. Then they added in 4 new characters. For, what was it?
I think it was $8.
$8 a piece. That is $47 in new DLC in one day. And unless you have the PC Monster Race pack, you don't get them. You have to buy them separately. What the fuck? What the fuck, Turtle Rock?
Like, didn't it come out to you have to buy the game 3 times if you want all the DLC?
The game itself...
Because the game is $60.
The game... Well, no. The DLC alone was like $138. Because that included the season pass with a couple skins. It did not include the Behemoth. And then... So you get the skins, and then you get the other hunters, you get the Behemoth, and then you get some other stuff that's on the Steam store that's not included in the season pass. And that's $134 or $135 or something like that. And then a $60 game. So it's $190 for the entire complete thing. And this is only the first wave of DLC. This game has been out for 2 months. 2 months! And the game altogether costs almost $200. Do you know what I can get for that fucking much money? I could go buy the entire Game of the Year edition of Payday 2 for $80, which comes with every bit of DLC that is currently out. I can then go buy 25 Humble Bundles and have a billion new games and still have like a couple bucks left over for a soda. All for the price of getting the currently complete version of Evolve.
With $200, I'd be 2/3 of the way to getting a new 3DS.
With $200, I could go buy fucking 8 gig of RAM and a power supply for my computer. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Turtle Rock, what the fuck? You guys made Left 4 Dead. That was good. That was well done DLC. That was DLC that made Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2 interchangeable, and it worked well and was fun and interesting. And then you left Valve and you made this monstrosity. And I don't mean the cool monster designs, which your monster designs are actually kind of flat in a lot of ways. You might want to take some hints from Software. Because, good God, the Bloodborne monster designs. Oh, God, they're so good.
I love them so much.
I've been watching people's playthroughs of it because I don't own a PS4, so it's the only way I can experience Bloodborne right now unless they bring it to PC, which, guess what? Me watching the playthrough of it makes me want to buy the fucking game on PC if it ever comes out. But I just... The monsters are kind of like, oh, that thing is like a lizard man. That other one is like a heavily armored lizard man. That one's a flying squid. Their monster designs are kind of crap, and the gameplay is apparently not that great. The couple matches I played were meh best. I mean, we had one match where we killed the monster in 5 minutes. We had another match where it took 25, and then the monster slaughtered us. So, whatever.
Not worth $200.
No.
I don't think that. I mean, is there anything out there right now worth $200?
I can think of a couple games that I'd be like, I'd pay that much if I got everything. But I mean, like, you can get the Handsome Collection for Xbox One and PS4, which includes Borderlands 2, all of Borderlands 2's DLC, which is a lot, and then the pre-sequel, and I believe the pre-sequel's DLC for $60. You get 2 games and all of its DLC, and the DLC for fucking Borderlands 2, there is 3 or 4 major, like, really long Captain Scarlet and her pirate booty was, I think, like 8 or 9 hours I took because I did a completionist run on it. But I mean, like, there's 4 major content packs for Borderlands 2 and 2 or 3 for the pre-sequel. I mean, that's $60 for all of that shit compared to $200 for a competitive game that isn't very fun. I don't know. I just Evolve has continued to be just a clusterfuck of what the hell is going on right now.
You could say the clusterfuck is evolving.
Shut up. I'm done with you.
I'm so proud of myself.
Why did I ask you to do this with me? Oh my god.
Because I'm hilarious.
Oh, I'm glad you think so. At least that's one person. There was something else that we talked about, but I don't think it matters. We talked about Hearthstone, but whatever, that came out a while ago now. So, yeah, Blackrock Mountain came out for Hearthstone. 30 new cards, one that's super unfair that made me kind of like go, okay, I'm going to wait until I just can afford buying the whole thing, because the Grim Patron is ridiculous. It's a 2/3 every time it takes damage. I think it's a 2/3. or a 3/3. Every time it takes damage, a new one is summoned unless you kill it outright. So I went up against one warrior who had a board of 7 of them on turn 3 or 4, and I'm just like,
that sounds like the worst thing ever.
It was turn 4 because he played it on turn 3, and then he interraged Whirlwind, so there was 4 on the board, and then he, I couldn't do it. And then he interraged again, and then I think he used a abusive sergeant. So, no, not abusive sergeant. Cruel taskmaster. So I just like, no, I'm good, thanks. I'm not gonna do this. Just quit. Yeah, 7 of them on the board in one turn. I'm just like, I can't clear that. I am a mech rogue. I do not have my oil up right now. I do not have Blade Flurry in my hand. Welp. So yeah, I mean, there's some really cool cards, some dragon cards and stuff added in. I don't know. I guess once I get the thing, when it all comes out in a couple weeks altogether, I'll talk about it when I buy it. But yeah, that's it. So if you play Hearthstone, you already know, and if you don't play Hearthstone, you don't give a shit. So I don't know why I told you. Anyway, I think that'll be it, because I'm hoping Audacity, which I'm not using Audition to do this, I'm hoping Audacity didn't crash and we lost this podcast again. Sorry if we sound a little bit weird. I've been trying some different things with my mic. Last time I recorded, which was a 1 hour to impress, I sounded like a robot, so that was awesome. Excuse me. If you'd like to, and you like our shit, go support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/SSP, where, you can chip in a little bit of money if you want to help fund us doing stuff, like getting other microphones and sound dampening equipment and new computers to be able to actually do things with that isn't a shitty 2-year-old laptop.
Hurrah!
Or, just a decent pair of headphones. That would be nice. If you'd like to check out our other stuff, it's spidersquidproductions.com or youtube.com/recurringvs. We do more than just gameplay stuff on Recurring Vs. We have, Van did a music video of them playing a song they wrote, which hopefully we're going to get them to do more of them. We have me and Max drawing stuff, and Eli is currently playing, not Your Walk, you just finished Your Walk. You are currently playing Claire. And I
have a dog.
Yes, you do, Anubis. And I just finished, actually, I bought Claire because I watched Cry play it. I am currently playing Killer is Dead, and Tales from the Borderlands just wrapped up. We just had a 1 hour to impress from Mind Path to Thalamus that I did, which, wow, that game is pretty, and wow, that game is fucking cool. And kinda really creepy. I got goosebumps a lot. Not tomorrow, but Friday. I have no idea what the fuck we're gonna do for that, because we skipped it for the last couple of weeks, because I can't find any games I don't know anymore in my library. What else? We are going to have Dragon Age backs this week, unless something happens, which I swear to God we're gonna record it. Banner Saga will be Sunday, if I don't forget to record that. I need to put that into my phone. Yeah, other than that, I mean, we have a bunch of podcasts on the site. We have a bunch of stuff on YouTube. We have a Patreon. We have a Tumblr, spidersquidproductions.tumblr.com. Twitter is twitter.com/spidersquidcom. You don't care about my personal Twitter, I promise. Or my personal Tumblr, I really promise. Eli's personal Twitter is twitter.com/EliKissesRats.
Yes.
Same thing on Tumblr, EliKissesRats.tumblr.com. There are the rats saying hello. That is what that clinking in the background is. Looks like Clove is thirsty. And yeah, that's about it for now. Anything else from you?
Nope.
Okay. So, have a nice night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Okay, let's see if this fucker crashed. Hey, it's still recording.
Yay!